Hello and welcome. I'm Lynn of Linux Stitches Creates, and welcome to my Flosstube channel about counter cross stitch and the project bags I make. It is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Tomorrow is the first day of October. It is the beginning of Flossoween, and also a couple other things that I'm going to tell you about. This is episode 136. I don't know if I said that. I'm starting this over again. But I had to fix a couple of things with my first intro, so who knows what I've already said. Welcome if you're new. I hope you enjoy what you see and will come back and visit, subscribe, ring the bell, all the things. And if you're returning, thank you so much. Thank you for all the comments. I don't always reply to them, but I always read them and heart them. So if I haven't hearted your comment, it means I haven't seen it yet. So, but I appreciate everyone that comments on my videos. So it's been a good week. I had a couple of doctor's appointments. I didn't have caffeine because of them. So it was a very sleepy week too. I had a lot of trouble staying awake. I didn't realize how much my body was counting on the caffeine until Friday. After my last doctor's appointment and test, I was able to drink caffeine, and Saturday I had caffeine and I was awake till 4 in the morning. So yeah, I need to cut back and find a happy medium on the caffeine. But everything's fine. You know, it was all good. I do have a lot of stitching to show, or at least I have 4 different things to show, 2 of which are finishes. So let's get right into that. I have finished my Rocky Mountain Quaker by Wendy, From the Heart Needleart by Wendy. This was a start at the September 2023 Crazy Woman Retreat in Wyoming. This was the, Wendy was our designer for that retreat, and this was the pattern. She also gave us a pattern for a needle book, which I have not done yet, but this is now finished. I have a couple ideas for it, so we'll see what happens if I can find the frame that I want. This is on 36 count. Was it Vintage Country Mocha? Maybe? But I know it's 36 count, so it's 1/2. So I love it. So pretty. Yay! So that was my first finish. And then my second one, 9 months in the making, was my Dragons A Field Guide. And so here we go. Ta-da! It's all finished. And this was dragon number 9. It's amphitheater. But made a mistake in one of his wings. I had to fudge a little bit, but it's all fine. You can't tell. If you don't know the pattern, you can't tell. I don't even know if you know the pattern, if you could figure out where I made the mistake, but he is done. This is done. I have an idea for how I want to try to finish it. We'll see if I'm brave enough to do it. It may involve fire. And if I can find a pre-made frame for it too. So I finished both of those. Rocky Mountain Quaker I finished Friday evening, and Dragons A Field Guide I finished just after midnight, like 12:15. So it was a great stitchy day. So what did I pull out? Well, I had been having this call to me for a while. This was a box from Forbidden Fiber in 2022, and it's the Gamer box, and the pattern is called Gamer, And it says, you don't stop gaming because you grow old because you stop gaming. So this is what the pattern will look like when it's done. It's not the clearest picture, and you'll see why when I show you what I've done. So I put in the hearts and coins and Mario, and I didn't even realize what that was until I was doing the back stitch on it. If you are old enough to know, you recognize that controller. That was the first game controller that we had when we were married, so a long time ago. So that, there are, let's see, it's 5 hearts, five gold coins and 4 hearts go across. So I'm almost halfway. The question mark box is in the middle, so there's more wall to do, and then there's 3 other characters in each corner besides finishing the words. But that had been calling to me for a while, and I'm glad I got it out because it was a lot of fun, and I did make a lot of progress on it. Then, an oldie but a goodie, it's gonna get done. If it kills me, I'm getting so close. I have 3 more motifs and 2 islands. What am I talking about? Caterpillar cross stitch, British Isles Sal. And so last night I did the whiskey bottle, I did the whale and the salmon. I finished up this bit of road over here. So there's a thistle and bagpipes, and then there's an offshore oil rig and 2 islands up here, and then it will be done. So hopefully by next Monday this will be done once and for all. This is a Sal, another Sal. I just want it to be done. I've been that's been lingering for way too long. I can't even tell you when I started at this point. Isn't that sad? So that's what I stitched on this week. 4 pieces, lots of progress. Very happy with what I've been doing. Tomorrow is October 1st, which means Flossoween. And 13 days of Halloween stitching. I have not decided if I'm going to film every day or maybe every other day. Probably every other day this month. I do have the Goonies box from Forbidden Fiber Co. Never Say Die. And I am going to, because October 1st tomorrow, I am going to open it and show you what is in here. Because tomorrow I will start this piece, hopefully keep up with it this month, and have a finish for the end of the month. So it comes with the Never Say Die cheat sheet. Hey you guys, welcome to our 2024 Halloween Countdown box. After last year's Clue-inspired box, we knew we had to keep the games alive. And who doesn't love a treasure hunt? That's why the Goonies was the perfect choice. A group of friends hunting for treasure to save their homes and way of life. Yes, please. Whether you're a fan of Chunks, Truffle, Shuffle, Mouth's Spanish skills, Data's inventions, or Mikey's heart, there would have been no hunt without his motivation. We think you'll love this nostalgic pirate treasure hunt adventure. The Goonies, a 1985 American adventure comedy film where a group of kids who live in the Goondocks neighborhood of Astoria, Oregon, attempt to save their homes from foreclosure, and in doing so, they discover an old treasure map that takes them on an adventure to unearth the long-lost fortune of One-Eyed Willie, a legendary 17th century pirate. During the adventure, they are pursued by a family of criminals who want the treasure for themselves. This cross-stitch pattern was made especially for this box and is individually wrapped for a little extra mystery. Open and stitch each clue in order, or open them and stitch them all at once. The choice is yours. The finished pattern size is 140 wide by 117 high, so you can check the placement of your first floss clue. You will receive the entire pattern each day with a new color added. You will also receive a bag of puzzle pieces in each envelope. Each set of pieces will combine with the pieces in the previous envelopes. Once you have all the puzzle pieces, you can start putting them together to find a very special treasure map. Once your map is complete, X will mark the spot with instructions on how to find the hidden treasure. A copy of the map image has been included in envelope 13 to help. I would love to see your projects as you stitch. Use the hashtag FFC Goonies so I can follow your project's journey. Make sure to tag Forbidden Fiber Co. too. See the reverse side of this card for details on everything included in your box. Leanne and the Forbidden Fiber Co. team. So, this, let's see, my tissue kind of slid. So it's all wrapped in tissue, and there's the sticker that says Gil el Tuero, sorry. Ye intruders beware, crushing death and grief, soaked with blood of the trespassing thief. So I'm gonna open this up now. Dun, dun, dun. And let's see. First, we've got a snack. They are Little Red Kitchen Bake Shot Amaretti, made with almond flour and dairy free. Fratelli's Family Restaurant, now tongue free. So we've got a snack. It's on the floor. I'm going to leave it there. Let's see. Amaretto cookie. The Fratellis are a notorious family of Italian criminals based in Astoria, Oregon. Led by Mama Fratelli, they are the most wanted criminals in the city. After the Goonies stumble upon them at the Lighthouse Lounge where they are hiding out, the family claim they run the restaurant. Once finding out about the lost treasure, they decide to steal it for themselves. While this cookie may not be on the Fratelli's menu, we can at least guarantee it will be tongue-free. Ooh, very cool. We have, and excuse the wrapper, we have a thread holder. Very cool. And it was made by Twin Mommy Creations. And I'm going to show you the card. So, wooden floss holder. Very cool. Project bag. Skeleton key keeper. We had this one-of-a-kind skeleton key floss keeper made just for the box. While it may not lead you to buried treasure, it will help keep your floss treasures organized. Very cool. Let's see. Over here. And here is our needle minder. Looks like it's One-Eyed Willie. There he is in all his glory. And they always put a button on the back of their needle minders. So, One-Eyed Willie needle minder. Use this One-Eyed Willie needle minder to keep you company and keep track of your needle while you work on your project. And Leanne likes making things. We have some lip balm. Baby Ruth lip service. So, Mikey or Brand or Mikey, just who was kissing Andy? Just who was Andy kissing, sorry. With this Baby Ruth flavored lip service, she would have been able to keep track of whose lips those were. And we have our stack of patterns. I am going to open the first one in just a bit, but we'll look at everything else here in the box. Okay. I have treasure map. I decided on the linen. It's 32 count. It looks like it's a beautiful chocolate color. So there's treasure map. Very pretty. I mean, the color is, that's about the colors with the light behind it there. So very pretty. So that's our 32 count hand-dyed fabric. This themed fabric in the colorway is named Treasure Map, inspired by the map the Goonies found in Mikey's attic, which led to the beginning of the hunt. And then we've got the project bag, Chester Copperpot, scavenger hunts, established in 1935, Astoria, Oregon. And Copperpot project bag. Mikey and the other Goonies weren't the first ones to go in search of Willie's treasure. Chester Copperpot, who was a reclusive scavenger hunter from Astoria, Oregon, who went missing in the 1930s while looking for One-Eyed Willie's treasure. He was later found by the Goonies, crushed to death under a booby-trapped boulder. Luckily, the Goonies were able to escape the same fate. All right, so I took the patterns out and now they won't go back in. Okay, so the embroidery threads included in your box are 13 individually wrapped 10-yard skeins of 100% cotton hand-dyed thread. The Never Say Die pattern. Open a new piece of the pattern each day with your floss. Stitch the pattern day by day, color by color, or wait for the full reveal at the end. Some days will have more stitching than others, and we try to promote some light days along the way so you can catch up if you need to. We will email a full color PDF pattern on November 1st. Hopefully I will be done by then. Let's see, fabric pattern. And then the puzzle. As you open each step of your stitching, you will also receive a small bag of puzzle pieces. Once you have uncovered all the bags, put your puzzle together to find the clues that will lead you to a very special treasure. All contents are made or curated by the Forbidden Fiber Co. So, number one, I'm going to open it tonight with you because I don't know if I'm going to film tomorrow night or if I'm going to wait till Wednesday. So, okay, so first we have our floss, and this first one is called Bones. It's a beautiful cream. Look at that. So that will go there on our fabric. Look how nice it stands out. So that's going to look good. We've got, oh my gosh, these are teeny tiny pieces. Oh wow, are they double? No, they're not double. I thought they were double-sided for a minute. I was going, oh no. So here's the bag of puzzle pieces. So we've got to put that aside. And let's see if I can read. Okay. kind of see what any of it looks like. There's 318 stitches for the first day. And the pattern, it looks like it's 3 pages wide. Yeah, so it's 140 by 117. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read the numbers, so I can't see how they fit. But it should be interesting. I'm trying to see. I can't tell if some of this is backstitch. I'll see better when I have my glasses on. Here's, I don't know if you can see, sort of, that's, I believe that's the middle of the pattern, so. We'll see. We'll see. I kept up at Christmas last year, so let's see if I can do it again for Halloween. I'll have another Christmas box, countdown box at Christmas time. So yeah. So I told you when I was in New York, we did kind of an exchange. Everybody brought some things and we have them all packaged up. So tomorrow will be the first day of opening our friend exchange, Halloween themed, fall themed. It's a little bit of both. And I'll share with you what I get the next time I film. And I may film Tuesday morning. Since I'm showing the first piece of the pattern, that'll give me a chance to get those stitches done tonight, tomorrow. And then Tuesday morning I'll open up day 2. And then you can see the other things. Forbidden Fiber Co. So that's Forbidden Fiber Co. Black Needle Society, they've started Humans versus Zombies, Zombies versus Humans. It's an online game. It's all free. You just have to be part of the Facebook group to get in on it. There might still be a way you could still do it. I think they've already started challenges, but you know, if you're interested, go to the Facebook group and do it. It's a fun challenge. I just don't feel like I want to commit this year. And speed stitching. Ugh. Anyway, but they've announced that they're doing the 13th. Let me get my phone so I get the right hashtag. The hashtag, and I'll put it in, of course. The hashtag is Stitch Hauntober. Hauntober. Stitch Hauntober. There are 13 themes. So they're gonna, Katie and Laura are doing 13 different projects throughout the month. I probably will not do 13 different ones, especially since I'm gonna be working on this one. But I have one project in particular that I want to work on that I got a hobby house, the pumpkin pot, that would fit at least 3 of these. A black cat, a cauldron, pumpkin, orange and black. I can't remember if it has fall leaves or not. So at least 4 of the 13 prompts would fit. You know, do what you want. Check out their Instagram and the Facebook page. They've got, let's see if it'll show. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to put it in there. I'm ridiculous. So the prompts: a haunted house, a black cat, a witch, a cauldron, a skeleton, a bat, fall leaves, a pumpkin, an acorn, an owl, orange and black, a crow, and the number 31. So whether you are a Halloween stitcher or a fall stitcher, autumn stitcher, you know, you can join along. Stitch Hauntober. Tomorrow is October 1st. I believe the extra items from the box from the September box will be in the vault. They did get out a little late, so sometimes they don't do it right on the 1st. If you're not on the newsletter, you can sign up for the newsletter and that'll give you all the information. Remember, anything in the vault, I am a rep for the Black Needle Society, which means the bi-monthly boxes are part of my pay. But for you, there is 5% off with the code Lynn5 on anything off out of the vault. So don't forget to use that. If you want to see what was in the September box, last week I posted a video. It's Gothic Romance. Fabric was gorgeous. Pattern was really cool. Floss, ooh, to die for, Bestitch Me. Had other good things in there as well. So check that out. And they're still doing pre-orders for the 2025 planner. And of course, sign-ups for the snail mail, the new bi-monthly pattern and floss that'll start February of 2025. So I don't have any other haul. If you were affected by Hurricane Helene, I am so sorry. Know that my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family and everyone affected. The videos are shocking. I was watching the storm system that day. I had a doctor appointment before it hit here. It was raining, and then when I got home is just about the time it hit here, and watching the wind just blow. I'm Cincinnati area, so we did not get hit like a lot of people. But the wind gusts were 56 miles an hour was one of the recorded times. And I know it came down our hill, down the street. Our tree was sideways. It was crazy. Near my church, the road was closed for a couple of days. And I was on it today and just looking at the trees that were down. There was one yard, these pine trees were just this. I mean, the whole root, because it's been so dry this summer, their roots were very shallow and they just went over. But the devastation and the videos of bridges washing away and roads washing away, and you know, I know Stacy Stitches from Thread the Needle Stitchery, you know, they're without water. Brian, her husband, has been rigging up ways to get some water so they can at least flush their toilets. Their whole water plant, treatment plant, was affected by the flooding there. Asheville, North Carolina, it's ridiculous for something that hit the Gulf to have affected these areas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, the middle of our country. Just it's crazy. I've never seen anything like that. And I was watching it on the radar, and it was like it hit landfall and it just went poof and dumped. But many of you already know that. I don't need to tell you more. Just know that I'm very sorry. We were lucky. Ben and Ashley in Georgia. Ben's was down there this week, thankfully, with Ashley, so she wasn't alone during all that. But their roof was fine. They didn't have flooding at their house. The first day when it hit, the road, they were cut off from the main road, so they couldn't go get out of their little neighborhood. That's since receded some, so they can get out again. But thoughts and prayers. It's going to be a while before a lot of those roads are rebuilt. So sorry to end it on a down note. I hope Halloween stitching is something you look forward to, or fall stitching. I find the fall to sit and stitch very comforting. Fall and winter, I love sitting in my sunroom and just watching the weather outside. I was in my I was in my sunroom before the storm completely ended. I was really rethinking my thoughts on that one for a few minutes, but it did finally die down, so I was able to stay out there and stitch. But craziness. Coming up on Tour to Stitch for Ohio. That's our Ohio Cross Stitch Shop Hop. It's kind of the northeast of Ohio. Hopefully all the roads were good with that. Ohio, there were some areas that lost power, a little bit of flooding here and there, but for the most part, I don't think we had damages. So I think when my sister-in-law and I go, it'll be fine. So it's the 11th through the 19th of October. I'm looking at the flyer over there. There's 8 shops that I'll be visiting, and I'll be posting on Instagram as I visit each one, and then of course Flosstube, you'll see it all. So all right, I'm babbling on. It's 32 minutes almost. Have a good evening, have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye. Starting October 1st, Forbidden Fiber Co. will be selling this pattern and yarn to help raise money for disaster relief.